Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Nassim Reddy. I'm studying in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, first year MBA. Today, I'm going to discussing about ozone appropriation method in operational research subject. Today, I'm going to discussing about ozone appropriation method under the decision making of effective and efficient decisions through the problem solving of approaches of ozone appropriation method and it optimization techniques and operational research that plays as a significant role in decision making. Now we are going to discussing about WAM methods. The WAM methods are derived as three types like theory, approaches and objectives. First we are going to discussing about theory of WAM method. Theory of WAM method is used to finding the approximation values to minimize the cost and given for the transportation goods from sources of destinations, which means providing shortest route to the customers at the through providing the shortest routes. After we are going to discussing approaches. WAM approaches is very useful to the concept of opportunity cost like penalty cost not using through the least cost cell, so that can occupied by the another cost value, which means which provide reduce main objective main aim is reduce the cost in approaches method. After the main objectives of WAM, which means which means WAM is finding the feasible and optimal solutions for transportation, which providing the which providing the helpful routes to the transportation through the WAM method using to operational research. Through the methods of WAM, we are going to discussing about uses of WAM, which means it 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 is uses like supply chain in management. WAM is used to minimize the transportation cost and supply chain in the management, which leads to cost reduction and profit maximization. And it helps to another use is logistics and distribution the planning. WAM is helps to determine the optimum delivery and routes leading shortest transportation time and it helps to utilize the faster and cheaper delivery to the customer. Logistics distribution is main aim is providing lowest cost facility to the customers. And after third usage is allocation of resources. WAM is providing allocation resources, minimizing the cost transportation from the sources through the required destination. Through the providing nearest location services through the providing resources. After the usages of WAM, we are going to discussing about problem solving of WAM through the solutions. First, we are going to discussing about possibility of multiple and optimal solutions. First, we are going to discussing about WAM can leads to the multiple and optimal solutions which create confusion in decision making, which means this solution is like be there. The solution is such a problem to use some additional decision and and it helps to take most cost effective path as final decision making and it helps to it helps to create cost effectiveness. After the after the possibility of multiple solutions, we are going to discussing about non-optimal solutions. Non-optimal solutions is providing WAM does not finding optimal solution. It's due to the non-availability of an unoccupied cell of less transportation cost, which uh, which determines as main solution, which determines and which is providing the one way. to ensure the optimal solutions is fix dummy cell value at the maximize the possibility value initially. After the non-optimal solution, we are going to discussing third problem and solution. The problem is inability to deal with other constraints. Other constraints. The problem is VM does not take into account other constraints such as capacity and time limits. The main solution is linear programming, and it helps to and its techniques is useful to handle like this such problems on that moment. After the inability to deal with other constraints, we are going to discussing about step by step guide to the applying VM. The process of VM method. The process of VM method, first process is prepare a transportation table. After second step is finding the difference between two smallest cost of each row and column. The third step is identify the row column with maximization difference. The fourth column is finding the cell as the smallest cost in the selected row and column. The fifth step is allocate the many units as possible, and another update of transportation table. After the last step is repeat from second step, and all steps also followed the allocated. After the process of VM method, we are going to discussing about real world examples of VM in action, present actions in VM methods in real life, like Samsung and Unilever and Lyft. First, we are going to discussing about Samsung. Samsung is used in VM for the distribution of goods while considering the capacity of constraints, lead times, and transportation cost of its supplies. And after Unilever is provided, Unilever leads them to the optimize their delivery routes by identifying the shortest paths in their products and distributions. After the Unilever, we are going to discussing about Lyft. Lyft is reduce the cost by using VAM, optimize the utilization of allocation drivers to passengers based on the locations and demand through the providing good service to the customers. After the real world examples, we are going to discussing about conclusion and potential futures developments through the VAM. VAM is provided to the effective optimization techniques for transportation problem with the potential for real life adoption and developments in big data analysis. VAM is likely to see further applications and refreshments in the future. Thank you for one and all.